Former President Saleh confirms his loyalty to the nation. Press conference holds to review allegations against GBC's president. Saudi warplanes wage raids on safer government rates. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new edition of English News coming live from Yemen today. I'm Ali Nasr al-Khamri. Former President of Yemen, President of General People's Congress, Ali Abdullah Saleh, has met the graduated students of Sana'a University, congratulating them on their success and thanking them for naming their patch under his name. More details in this report.
The former President of Yemen, President of General People's Congress, Ali Abdullah Saleh, has met the graduated students of Sana'a University and congratulated them. He has welcomed them to the field of work and thanked them for naming their batch under his title. He hopes that the graduates will be at the level of responsibility and meet people's best expectation. Ali Abdullah Saleh is one of Yemeni community. He does not care about titles and names, but about commitment and loyalty to Yemen and stability with the community. He cares about not being aggressive on their country, just like those mercenaries walking in Riyadh streets and saying they're defending Yemen's dignity and Yemeni people's properties. He wondered about from who they were defending Yemen, from the Houthis, Congress members and the society, or from Blackwater, Sudanese mercenaries, Gulf invaders, or foreign and national mercenaries who are coming to attack our land, coasts, cities and villages.
ألا تستحوا أولئك الوجحين.
Aren't you ashamed of talking about Yemen, insolent and arrogant forces? Aren't you ashamed, mercenaries? No words, no creativity, no language and nothing. You're a bunch of fools. You were a bunch of fools under my command, and you'll be fools. So the idiots boast off in Riyadh streets and talk about defending Yemen. You're aggressive on our country. You're killing our children and women. You're cowards, destructing our farms and houses. Come and fight face to face. Get out of Riyadh and come on in from Al-Bog', Al-Bin, At-Tiwal Road, Marib or Aden. Come on, stop annoying citizens. Ask the Saudi warplanes to stop. Enough. Fight like men. We have Kalashnikovs, you have Kalashnikovs. You have daggers, we have daggers. Come on. You're selling your country from 200,000 Saudi Riyal to 300,000 Saudi Riyal. Be ashamed, mercenaries. Come and I'll receive you with 2216. Come and we'll welcome you. You're asking support from international nations and alliance of 17 countries due to decision 2216. Ali Abdullah Saleh added that Hadi and his friends were milking Saudi Arabia. He also sent Saudi Arabia a message of restoring what it has destructed and paying compensations. At the end of the meeting, he congratulated the students again.
The team of lawyers and legal accountants filed legal and accounting objections to the panel allegations about the wealth of former Yemeni President Ali Abdullah Saleh, President of the General People's Congress. The objections came in a press conference held by the team in Sana'a City, in which they provided many evidences to prove the inaccuracy of such policies, which were widely promoted during the so-called Arab Spring revolutions. The Supreme Political Council, along with the Supreme Economic Council, held a joint meeting today in which they approved supplying of all states' equipments to the Central Bank of Yemen and collecting it in cash. The meeting, presided over by Dr. Qasim Labouza, Vice President of the Supreme Political Council, emphasized the activation of accompanying monitoring liquidity alternatives and the networking of telecom companies with taxes. Dr. Labouza stressed how important the role played by the Supreme Economic Council is during this period in which Yemen experiences the siege imposed by the aggression coalition against our country. He also stressed the importance of creating a new strategic economic vision and to exert efforts to pay citizens' salaries as well as to prepare operational plans for the tasks assigned to the Council. Saudi warplanes waged several airstrikes on Hodeidah Governorate. A security official said that the enemy jet fighters hit Kamaran Island with 2 airstrikes after less than a week of attacking it with severe raids. Saudi jet fighters attacked many districts in the coastal line of Taiz Governorate. Local sources in Taiz said that the Saudi Apache helicopters raided with severe firing the coastal regions in Mocha Directorate. In the same directorate, Saudi warplanes launched more than 20 raids on Jabal al-Nar. That comes hours after the Saudi warplanes launched many airstrikes on Mocha and Mawza in the same governorate. Saudi-led coalition has also targeted the governorate of Hajjah. During the past hours, Haraf and Midi directorates were targeted with at least 16 raids. Meanwhile, the Saudi-led coalition re-attacked Shabwa Governorate, south of Yemen. Official sources say that Saudi jet fighters targeted Daimat al-Ma'arif in Asailan Directorate. It should be noted that the Saudi warplanes waged several strikes on the same area less than 6 days. The number of injured people in Yemen is increasing due to the continuous Saudi-led coalition war since March 2015. With that, the wounded and sick left to suffer as health system battles. More in this report.
A number of ministers in the National Rescue Government paid a visit to some hospitals in the capital of Sana'a to inspect the health situation of hundreds of injured as a result of Saudi aggression airstrikes. In the beginning of the visit, the Minister of Health praised highly the hospital staff who worked together under the Saudi aggression warplanes. During the visit, they inspected the health situation of injured due to Saudi airstrikes. Nasser is one of many injured persons who lost half of his face and became unable to talk naturally as a result of the bestial and coward Saudi aggression on Yemeni civilians. I send my message to the whole world to see the atrocities of Al Saud, who devoid of humanity and values. Saudi Arabia made this crime on my face. And there are many violations caused by Saudi aggression on Yemeni people under international silence toward the unjust aggression. Several hospitals and health facilities lack necessary equipment and the needed medicines, in addition to incapacity to receive further injured cases and lack to provide the necessary needs of hospitals.
I call the United Nations, Arab and Islamic world, the humanitarian organizations, and the whole world to stop this unjust war on Yemeni people.
In spite of all what happened of crimes and violation in Yemeni human rights, we find the international community insists to turn a blind eye on such atrocities, which represent a green light to Saudi-led coalition to continue its war and siege on 30 million people.
Saudi-led coalition unjust war continues for more than 2 years, isolated educational process in Yemen. More in this report.
Education is a guaranteed right by all the international laws and norms for the life of the individual in all the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. However, in Yemen, it is subjected to flagrant violation in light of the Saudi aggression. The United Nations warns that the war against Yemen led to deprive a generation of children of their right to be educated because of the violation committed against the children and the thousand deaths of them. And with the continued targeting of the aggression and its mercenaries to school and educational institutions in Yemen in various forms, the result is inevitable, drafting millions of students out of schools and encouraging them to flee out. The educational process is suffering also from rejection of the Saudi-backed government to pay the salaries of employees, including those in the education sector. The UNICEF representative in Yemen, Marcel Relanor, stressed that the rejection to pay salaries for 6 consecutive months affected 3/4 of teachers in Yemen, which means that about 4,500,000 children may not be able to complete their studying year. Rilano added that more than 160,000 teachers have not received their salary since October last year, equivalent to 73% of the total number of teachers in Yemen, exacerbating the educational problem and increasing the chance of expanding poverty and hunger in Yemen. The Saudi aggression has targeted schools and educational institutions in Yemen for more than 2 years, destroying more than 760 schools and educational institutions, to stop all and the most important aspect in the life of Yemenis.
At the end of the news, here is a reminder of its headlines. Former President Saleh confirms his loyalty to the nation. Press conference host reviewed allegations against GBC's president. Saudi warplanes wage raids on several government rates. See you at 10:30. Goodbye. Saudi-led coalition